of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Glad to have you with us from Springfield, Missouri, Plaster Stadium, home to the Missouri State Bears. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Missouri State Bears. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, and the Bears will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. So Houston's offense will start this game off with the football. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defensive coordinator, he felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception on the first drive, great possession.
Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Plucks it out of the air. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got a man there to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Trying to keep the drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Looking downfield on 1st down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Off-play action on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the field goal unit is on the field. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. And this one is perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Mississippi State was anything but dominant, but the Bulldogs are going to leave this stadium today winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the Elkhorn. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this.
Oh, he's got some space.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Looking to throw on first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Fires to the middle. And they're not on the same page there. And now they'll have to dial something up on third down after the incompletion. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Grabbed behind the line, it's Joyner. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. The give on the inside. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Back to pass. Heaves it deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first two quarters under the microscope. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
And the Cougars will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Missouri State offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Joyner. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Joyner. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Bears will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Looking for a crease, it's Sanford. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. He's going to fire deep. He's got it on the outside. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on third and long. Here's the pressure. Looking for a huge play. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Houston will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So here comes the Bear offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Still on his feet at the 45. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Lloyd. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to impose their will with the run. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at third and long. He'll do it himself. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.